Welcome to our second, is this the second? I think it is. Maybe it's the third. Wow, this year's going by fast. The third live 5 and 5. And we're down here in downtown Sioux Falls. I'm David Shelton, broker at Century 21 Advantage. I know that you've seen me a few times before. If you're new to the broadcast, well, welcome. And what a great day to welcome you. We're in a snowstorm. I was born and raised in Southern California and like near the beach, so we didn't get the pleasure of knowing this in the wintertime. I was telling our videographer, Greg, my good friend, growing up, that man, I remember looking at the television and seeing people in snowstorms and wondering, oh, where's ours? So I get to be in it right now, 63 years old, a few years later, and here we are in a snowstorm, and we don't got to do this, we get to do this. So if you're kind of like bemoaning, you know, I've got to go do this, I've got to go do this, just the outlook that we need to have in life. I know that the one that just continually gives me hope and is that we get to breathe, we get to, our heart gets to pump, we get to be alive, we get to feel the cold, and we also get to feel the warmth, and we get to have feelings of empathy and care and concern for others. We were just talking about the big scrapers are going by, and they're removing some of the snow so people could have easier passage, but it makes it more difficult for some people because that snow that gets removed kind of blocks the driveways and makes it difficult to punch through that. And so some of us have to go out and do some handwork to get that removed. And so I get to join our snow removal crews, and we get to come out and make it safe so that people can walk through good passageways and they could drive through good places, and we're so pumped about that. So if you're thinking about like, oh, you're dreading doing something and you need an adjustment, a new mindset, let me encourage you to just look at your outlook would be, I get to do this, not I've got to, you know? And it's almost like just even saying get kind of gets your frown, turns it upside down into a smile, and that you get to do this. And there's some people walking out over here going through the snow, and I'm sure that's a challenge for our homeless population, and that their feet are their transportation. I know that this is a challenge as well, so I'm not unaware of that reality, but I just wanted to share that with you. Just thinking about Greg's fingers freezing. Oh gosh, I've got these gloves on. These are my grubby gloves. I've actually been in a machine, and it's a enclosed cab, and I've been able to blow snow all over the place, which was pretty fun. So that does make snow a little bit more playful for me. But anyway, so if you're looking for homes, a lot of people are looking for homes right now, thinking of like, what's the market going to be? We're in a really funky political environment where people are like at odds with each other, and some like refusing to see what's the obvious from a standpoint of like, we're not just, you know, financially things are going well. It's not just about finances. You're like, generally overall, things are better. And I think we just have to admit that and kind of forget about like, hey, this guy might be tweeting some stuff that offends me. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of people offending one another in a whole bunch of ways. But if we could just really, I know that we talked about love wins. Really, at the end of the day, that's true. You know, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Love wins. You know, and that's where our salvation comes from. It's rooted in the love of God. And if we have that love for each other, it's in the Greek, it's called agapeo. And that's the love that doesn't require anything back, just giving and giving and giving. And you cannot outgive. You don't, if you're trusting in God, and this is not about a sermon on a Friday afternoon, but oftentimes it turns into like at least a little sermonette, just to recenter us, get us on the right track, having the right focus. So in real estate, in getting out here and helping people do something I don't have to do. I'm charged up because love wins. And that's really my motivation. It's caring that the people that are walking out here in this, that their steps are sure and they're well taken care of. So as the wind's kicking up now and coming from the other direction, I just want to let you know that we care about you. If you need anything related to real estate or just encouragement overall, if things are tough for you, give me a call, 605-906-8976, 605-906-8976. My jaws are getting cold. Come by and see us. We're downtown in the R.H. Johnson Plaza at the corner of 9th Street and Phillips Avenue, downtown Sioux Falls. And I just want to welcome you to It's Snow Time. This is David Shelton, broker at Century 21 Advantage in Sioux Falls. Be sure to join us every Friday afternoon at 1 p.m. Central Time for our 5 and 5 live broadcast. You're sure to find great information there. Be sure to invite your friends and family to our 5 and 5 live broadcast every Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time.